Alright guys, it was about time that I will have to make a video talking about this, mostly since many people have been asking me to do a review regarding the current status of the game, and well, since I am in contact with the community almost on a daily basis, I thought that it can be appropriate to highlight some key issues which are making this game go downhill, especially since after the release of the Asphalt Legends Unite expansion, which changed almost everything, but not necessarily for good. So obviously it's normal to wonder if the game is truly dying, or if it's just a feeling some players have based on their own echo chambers. So let's get into it. First of all, I do really think we have to zoom out and look at the game situation from a broader perspective, and just in order to point out some key factors to keep in mind, I will assume that from a completely cold and objective perspective, everyone who is watching this video understands that before the fact that Asphalt 9 or Asphalt Legends Unite is a game we mostly like to play, of course, there is the fact that it's a business. This might be a bit abstract since the game can be downloaded for free and you can certainly progress completely for free up to a certain point, so it might not look like a business, but it certainly is. This game was developed to provide us entertainment, but mainly to be profitable like any other game around. Of course, this doesn't mean that Gameloft has the right to implement the debatable monetization tactics they have added to the game through the years in order to make people to spend more no matter what, but the thing is that first of all, this is a business. The second key point is that looking once again through this cold and objective perspective, and aside from the sunk cost fallacy this game could create inside of you, there is absolutely nothing stopping you from completely uninstalling the game from your device and seek entertainment in other games, which might be better for your mental health, your finances, or both. I often see people blocked because leaving the game is like not a viable option, yet they are having a hard time while playing something they are just not enjoying, and it's deteriorating their mood on a day-to-day basis. So let me be clear, despite the time or money you might have spent on Asphalt 9/Asphalt Legends Unite, if you leave the game, your life won't get worse or anything like that. There are plenty of games out there which might make you less frustrated and literally happier. Of course, I'm not telling you all to quit since I enjoy Asphalt Legends Unite as it is, a game, a casual form of entertainment and nothing else. But some people don't, and I don't really think that's a problem which, as I said, has an easy solution. The third point I would like to pin before starting with today's issues won't affect the vast majority of those who are watching this video, but let me be clear. This is a racing game where it's normal to strive to be better, but at this point of the game life, where it's certainly impossible to obtain all the game cards, I wouldn't recommend to anyone to stress because of your skills. Once you reach a certain point, most of the rewards in time-limited events, Grand Prix and that stuff are available without having to be a top 1 world-class player. Having fun and being entertained must be a priority over practicing and practicing over and over again in order to reach a level that in most cases takes thousands upon thousands of hours of your life and still has massive odds of not giving you anything back. As every little thing in this life, focus on having fun rather than frustrating because 1 in 1,000 players want you in multiplayer. Okay, so after setting this up, let's begin with the game issues. As many of you might know from my previous videos, Asphalt Legends Unite progression system is completely broken and the only way to success in your early days is just by spending hundreds of dollars, because otherwise the current main multiplayer system will absolutely obliterate you just for not having the cards that will take hundreds of dollars for a beginner to unlock. By the way, as I already explained on the video whose link is displayed the first on this video description, also the special events will barely allow you to get any blueprints of the main card as a beginner, unless once again you pay hundreds of dollars in offers and bundles for a card that in many cases won't be the top tier, yet it will be required once again in the future. And as the cherry on top, in order to somewhat bypass this system of progression, your only choice is to save up as many tokens as you can in the hopes that good cards are featured in particular events, so you can get some good cards to battle in multiplayer, but of course saving up enough tokens to do this takes an absolute ton of time, several months or even years, which requires a patience not many have, and honestly I can't blame them. Gameloft introduced several ways to alleviate this extremely frustrating progression issue, yet the truth is that it still takes a bit of patience. That's why at the end only those who get engaged with Asphalt Legends Unite graphics and which are patient as well remain within the game for months after installing it. Everyone else ends up quitting before doing so. Okay, so talking about graphics, by the way, one of the biggest downgrades this game experienced after the release of Asphalt Legends Unite was regarding the graphics, especially on mobile devices where Asphalt 9 Legends was firstly oriented to. Comparing the graphics you can have on an iPad with those available on Windows, you can clearly appreciate the gap between both screens, which, if it's true that it's great to be able to enjoy these absolutely stunning graphics on my computer, in reality when I open my iPad the difference is painful to look at, considering how the Asphalt 9 Legends graphics on iPad used to be on par with those available on Windows. Same goes to those playing from Android devices, which can't enjoy the same level of graphic quality they used to. All in all, it seems like the Asphalt Legends Unite expansion favored those with top-tier computers rather than the largest chunk of the player base which plays from mobile devices, and I don't really consider that as a key strategic failure, which I don't really hope Gameloft gets the chance to correct in the future. Basically because if other games like Racing Master Arise, for example, the graphics difference on mobile devices when compared to Asphalt Legends Unite will be an easy win for the first. The last and most important issue regarding Asphalt Legends Unite is the content. I have been playing this game for years, and sure, the new game mode that was introduced along Asphalt Legends Unite, the Team Pursuit, is entertaining for a couple of races and that stuff, but I still feel like this game needs a level up in terms of events and quality of life features. If you really want to know which changes could be implemented, I have a video where I compared the current Asphalt Legends Unite version with the Asphalt 9 China version, and the amount of events they have over there is absolutely insane, guys. If you want to check it out, it's the second link on this video description. Just to name a few examples, they could introduce a new game mode similar to the Gauntlet that already exists on the Chinese version and that will add more things to do to the game. As a quality of life change, for example, Gameloft could just give us the chance to select a number of cars to be our favorites in order to use them for specific purposes, or for example, the fact that watching one ads gives you one fuel spot on your car will already make wonders within this game. But you see, if I had to condense everything mentioned within this video in a nutshell, I will say that despite of the errors and mishaps that happened since Asphalt Legends Unite was released over 3 months ago from now, the game isn't dying. The player base is remaining basically the same because, back on the general perspective I asked you all to look from at the beginning of the video, the game isn't bad really. Good graphics in certain platforms and a progression system that, despite it has some flaws, still allows you to play and enjoy the game in a casual approach, makes this game to remain on the leading position as one of the best racing games available for free and on mobile devices. If by any chance you are a new player who just stumbled upon this video, take it easy. Despite all the errors and lost potential, the truth is that there is a small hope that this game will just get better and better through the years. And well, if not, Gameloft can always go backwards and remove the stuff that doesn't work. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about the game in the comment section, make sure to drop your like, and I will see you really soon as usual with much more Asphalt content. Goodbye guys.